again, everyone. Welcome back. This is a new update for version 0.39 that went out today. So quick things here. There are a bunch of bug fixes that I found out, and they've been reported by most of you. And I fixed them all. Things like cloning objects don't copy the color correctly. Activators have cables pointing to some other place, and weird ground flickering and stuff like that. There was one major one too where in USPSA long courses are 20 rounds and above, whereas in IPSC is 24 rounds and above. So I made all those changes, and also have a bunch of new stuff. I think the first one here is Resizing Bays. There are many of you who said, hey, this bay thing is pretty cool. You can drag and reshape your base, but what if I already know my dimensions of the bay? And can I just input the dimensions here? So now you have a way to do it. So if you go over to, you create a preset, go over to preset 1 and say, let's make this a 10 by 15 maybe meter, and there you go. And then when you apply, you get a 10 by 15 meter bay. So if you want to go maybe 22 by 17 or something interesting like that, and then once you have your bay, then you can base size, then you can start maybe drawing a base, maybe your base slants, something like that, and then when you apply it, you have a cool looking bay like that. So there you go. Second thing is waypoints. Before you had waypoints where you can place many different waypoints, and there was a stage where you actually go up on a ramp and then you look at targets facing down. So for instance, you might have a low target like this, and you probably have like a steel plate that's probably blocking it, something like that, where you have to come up to it and look down. So, and the waypoints are all basically there are different stances. You can crouch, you can prone, but you can't really tilt down. So now I've implemented one called tilt. So if I put one here and I just say tilt V, so once you get there, it will actually turn down 45 degrees, so you can actually look at it like that. So those are the new things, and there are a bunch of new props as well. So let me show you those new props. Okay, there you go. So these are all the new props that are in version 0.39. Let's go from left to right. You see now we have a Wobbly bridge. This is a prop that we have in the Renton Fishing Game Club. I'm sure most of the clubs have this as well, where you can get on it, and then it's basically held by chains or by wires, and it's basically wobbly, right, as you move, and it makes it a little bit more difficult to shoot. We have a simple folding plastic table. Some people ask for this. And we have two canopies, 12 by 12 canopy, a 12 by 24 canopy. And then you have plain looking barrels now, nicer looking plastic barrels that are, I think these are used more often than the barrels that we have, like that I made originally, which ugly, rusty looking barrels. I think nobody uses this. It's more like a game barrel than anything else, right? So yeah, you can have these barrels now. And then Targets USA has two new bobber props, which is pretty cool. They have double arms that hold on to a target here, and basically once you activate your bob up and down, and so it will show, like if you put it behind two like steel plates, you can use it now. There was also a balance beam. So there was a stage at the Area 1 match where you actually have to shoot it when you're on this balance beam. They had a very rough sandpaper like surface, so it gives you good traction. So I basically made that. So you can actually build stages using balance beam now if you want. And then there was some feedback about people using the steel and marking it with a different color, red color, to denote no-shoots. But the problem is it is treated as a standard target. So in your stage briefing, it appears as a standard target, so it counts as a round and not a no-shoot. So I created no-shoot targets. So these are all no-shoot targets now. They're all under steel. As you can see, they are mini proper no-shoots, IPSC proper no-shoots, and so forth. So these all appear here as no-shoots now, and they will not count as actual targets. They'll be counted as no-shoots. Yeah, and then I also built, I think previously there was only one swinger which basically points from the left. I made one that points to the right now, so you can actually use it. Yeah, so if you go with the simulation mode, and you can see the bobbers work pretty well. And the swingers. There you go. So yeah, those are all the new stuff. Oh, I also have some action air targets as well. For those of you who are asking for action air targets, where are they? They're all here. The action air stop plate, the round plates, the square plates, And then under IPSC you can scroll down to the Action Air Mini. So for instance, I can put this over here. I also have the Action Air Noshoot ones here, and then all the hardcover and the different types of different things that you can use to dress up your Action Air target. So you can put mini target hardcover on your mini targets. Yeah, so you can use that as well. One more thing I fixed: if you were to rotate a steel target, for instance, if you rotate this around to make it a faller, previously when you rotate it around, the text will show upside down, but now when you place it down, it will always face forward, if you like. It will always face uprange. So no matter where you put this, you put it over here, it will always change the text to face forward. So there you go, version 0.39. Hope you like it, and see you on the range.